All right, what's up, my good people, and welcome back in to the Bully Ball Show on Sparks TV. As always, I'm your host, Nino Sparks, aka the Mid Range Bully. Now, quick vid for you as always, not gonna take up too much of your precious time. Figure we jump back in. Like I said, I was gonna give it 10 games. I was gonna give it 10 games, and if the Lakers could go 7-3, I would let up. I would no longer do any more videos on the starting lineup. Feel like we've been doing these videos on the Lakers starting lineup for like the past 2 to 3 seasons. But here we are. We're 11 games in. If I'm not mistaken, the Lakers are 7-4. That's not 7-3. So we're gonna break it all down like a fraction. But before we get started, as always, if it's your first time tapping in, or maybe you tapped in before, go ahead, tap that like, tap that subscribe, tap that notification bell, stay tapped in. Let's get this shit. Okay, so not gonna harp too much on the actual game against the Memphis Grizzlies, the depleted Memphis Grizzlies. But it only took 8 games for the Lakers to change the starting lineup and bring D'Angelo Russell off the bench like I've been saying they should have for the last 2 seasons. Now, we know why they didn't do it originally last season. The whole notion that if you do that, you're going to lose him and you're going to get nothing from him. He might pout, blah, blah, blah. It didn't matter. Like I said, D'Angelo Russell needs to look in the mirror. You know, you could be a starter on a lottery team, or you could be the sixth man on a team with championship aspirations. Been saying this for the last 2 seasons, and now you're seeing it play out. Because the point is, you're gonna lose them regardless. You're either gonna lose them during the off season as a free agent, or you're gonna lose them in the starting lineup because he's playing bad. You're going to lose him via trade, or you can lose him coming off the bench. You got to pick your poison. And you see J.J. Redick, you see first-year head coach, like I said, you don't want to ruffle no feathers off the rip. You know, you want to give everybody a fair shake. At least you want it to seem as if you gave everybody a chance. Max Christie, I gave you a chance. D'Lo, I gave you a chance in the starting lineup. Gabe Vincent, I'm continuing to give you a chance for some fucking reason. And we're going to get to Gabe Vincent in a minute. But you see D'Angelo Russell coming off the bench, and the Lakers are now, I think, 3-0 since he's become a reserve. And I don't expect that to change. I assume when Vando gets back, he takes Cam Reddish's spot. Got to shout out to Cam Reddish because I was down on the kid, pause. But he's played well. He's played well enough to be in the starting lineup. I still think Max Christie could have done that, but man, we'll get to Max Christie in a minute. But as far as D'Angelo Russell, until he is traded, I think you got to bring the guy off the bench. Because if you're going to play bad, you're going to do it as reserve. But you got to play the guy just like you got to play Gabe Vincent, because those are probably going to be your trade chips down the road. And I'm hoping down the road means not sooner than later, But man, the Lakers, they still have the same problems that they did last year, because you got the same players that you did last year. And Austin Reeves, as well as he played, he's still a guy that you can go at time after time. You're seeing it. You've seen the way they lost to the Pistons. Jaden Ivey going at Austin Reeves. You're seeing it last night, guys, going at Austin Reeves. But he's giving you something on offense. At least he didn't have a great game last night, but he's giving you something on offense that's kind of off-putting that. And hopefully when Vando comes back, some of that, he's played better defensively, but he's still the guy when it comes down to it. When we get into the later season, when we get into the playoffs, he might become a guy that gets targeted. And that's just what it is. But I think for now, in the regular season, you can get away with it, but I still think we need a trade. And I'm going to get to the trade. But as far as Gabe Vincent, I've never seen a guy hurting his value by playing. This dude is literally hurting his value by playing games, giving you zeros across the board. At this point, it'd be better off if you didn't play him, if he was a coach's decision, and you just made the excuse that, hey, we like Max Christie ahead of him, we like Dalton ahead of him right now in this particular lineup. We just can't find minutes for him. Some shit like that. Same shit they gave Tatum. That'd be better than you continuing to play this dude and he giving you nothing. Because at this point, if I'm another team, why would I want that? Even if he is just coming off the books, why would I want that? You're going to have to put some creative shit together to get rid of this dude. Seriously, you're better off playing Bronny. I'd rather see Bronny miss those shots. I feel like Bronny would give you more than 0 for 6 in zeros in every category. Bronny at least going to pick up some steals. He at least going to give you some assists. He might not give you much in points, but he ain't going 0 for 6, 0 for 4 from the field. Shit is ridiculous. A veteran that you paid that much money to giving you that little production, brother. Like, giving you one. He's averaging like ones across the board. It's negative ones across the board. Like, the shit is crazy. Shit is crazy. Look at the stats. It's like 3 points a game in zeros. Shit is nuts. To Gabe Vincent, that's a guy you got to put him on the shelf. I'm sorry. You got to put him on the shelf. Even Quincy Oliveira, if you wanted to play him, somebody, you just got to make up an excuse and put him on the shelf. Hey, he's healthy, but we like this guy in the lineup. For shit. So that way teams might feel like, hey, maybe if he gets to change the scenery, this guy could give us something. And if not, worst case scenario, that's money up off the books. And Max Christie. I don't know what Max did. I don't know if he got a bad attitude about his minutes or something. He complaining behind the scenes. I don't know if it's some shit we just don't know about. I don't know what Max got to do other than play better. Because I've been riding with Max from the jump. And for him to just be playing the way that he's playing, bro, you're letting me down, dog. You're letting me down. You got to give me something. But even Max, I feel like, can give you more than 0 for 6. But at this point, if you're not going to play the man, you definitely paid the man, you got to trade the man. Which brings me to the proposal. Now, originally I was going to do a Lakers and Bucks trade because the Bucks are another team that are fucked. They going nowhere fast. But we'll say that for another day. I see a better trade on the horizon. And that's with the team that used to be down the hall. The Los Angeles Clippers. Los Angeles Clippers, come to the stand. If you're the Los Angeles Clippers, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck have you been doing for the last few years? Other than fooling the people. Fooling the people that you're going to be competitive. Fooling the people that you're going to win. Ain't that what Steve Ballmer said? We going to win? Y'all ain't won shit. You got a beautiful stadium from what I heard. They got an outdoor basketball court. When I get healed up with this knee, I'm going to go check it out. I might go see some shows there. But the Clippers, I'm not coming to see the Clippers. And neither should they fans. At this point, they should boycott. Because it's disrespectful. But you got a chance to save face. Now, more than likely, they're going to go through the motions for the season. And then try to resell you the same shit that they've been selling you as a Clipper fan. Which is, oh, we're going to be competitive next season. Just let everybody be healthy. Let's see what we look like when we're healthy. You're never healthy. Not as long as you got Kawhi Leonard. You let Paul George basically kick it for like 4 years. And then you lost him for nothing. When you gave up everything. And that's about to hit you again if you don't do something. Because, oh yeah, this draft, this loaded, apparently. You don't even got a horse in that race. OKC, they got your pick for this season. So it's about to get a hell of a lot worse before it gets better. Not only did you give up the guy that's probably going to win the MVP this season, the front runner, one of the front runners for MVP this season in SGA, on a team that was the number 1 seed, and what you got to show for it. You got Kawhi Leonard. We don't know if he ever playing this season. At some point, he might just pack it up and say, I'm done. Got all his bread. Just signed an extension with y'all, if I'm correct. And he might not even play this season. Even if he does, where are y'all going? Y'all the 9th seed that's tied with the 11th seed. Oh yeah, 9 through 11 is 6 and 6. And right below that is the 12th seed, which is Dallas, which is 5 and 6. So y'all could wake up tomorrow and be the motherfucking 13th seed, the 12th seed. Which is about where y'all are going to end up. Because eventually the T-Wolves going to get it together. The Mavs are going to get it together. The Pelicans might even get it together if they can get healthy. Which will put you right down there with the Jazz and the Portland Trail Blazers. That's where you at. That's what you deserve. For the bullshit that you fed the people. Now it makes sense why you go and get a James Harden and give him a 2-year extension. Because James Harden, even at 35 years old, is giving you 21, 8, and 9. And is probably going to play all 82 games. You could book James Harden for his career plays like 70 games. Go look up his career stats. It's nuts. Just the games played is nuts. It's like 72, 82, 82, 70, 70, 68. Lowest games he played was when he got traded from Houston. He played 8 games with Houston. And then he played like 34 with the Nets. And then that's when his minutes started. That's when his game started to drop. Once he went to the Nets. But he right back up there. I think he played 72 last year. And with the game, with his style of game, yeah, he got another 4 years. At least another 3 at that level. But you see where that's gotten you. That alone, you're the 9th seed. And what in the East, you be a top 5 seed. You might be the 4th seed in the East. But the West, you at the bottom. So what can you do to save face at this point? You got to try to get you a horse in this season's race. In this draft. The next 2 drafts. So what do you do first? The first thing you do, you pack up Kawhi Leonard. That's the clear indication that you in rebuild mode. Now, who would want a Kawhi Leonard? The team I just brought up. It's only one team that could afford him and could afford for him not to play. The Oklahoma City Thunder. Oh yeah. And if you the Clippers, hey, all we want is our pick back. You give us our pick back and give us Wallace or Isaiah Joe, one of them dudes, and we cool. Now, of course, you got to figure out how to make the bread work. But if you OKC, why would you want a Kawhi Leonard? Why would you want to mix that with your young core? For the same reasons that Draymond laid out. Nobody fears y'all. Maybe it's because it's the youth. Maybe it is the piling up during the post-game interviews. Maybe it's the lack of experience. Nobody's picking y'all to win it all. But if you add that guy and you don't lose your core depth, nothing, you don't lose a J-Dub, you don't lose Chet or even a Lou Dort. They got so much to play with. They put it this way, OKC got so much to play with. You get rid of Trey Mann for nothing, basically just to see if Gordon Hayward could give you anything, and he couldn't. And Trey Mann is a sixth man on the Hornets, and he's averaging like a dub. Looking like he could start. In OKC, they don't even miss him, respectfully. They ain't missed a beat. That's how many assets and good players, good young players they got. You might not even have to give up. You give up that one pick for Kawhi Leonard. That one pick, Isaiah Joe. You put a little package together on the outs. Get rid of that. Now you got your horse in this season's race. And then you package in James Harden. Here we go. James Harden and Norman Powell to my Los Angeles Lakers in exchange for D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, Max Christie. And I think you will have to throw in the JHS because James Harden's making $35 million, Norman Powell making $18 million. That's 53. So you got Rui and D'Angelo. They're making 17, 19. That's 35. Where's it? 36. I think that's 35. Christie and Gabe, that's another 20. That's boom. That's 55. Then maybe you throw in a Maxwell Lewis. That'll get it done. Now, if you're the Clippers, why would you want that? Because now you got off of Kawhi Leonard, which would be crazy. If you could do that, pull that off and get a first round pick out of it. But you also get the Lakers 2026 pick, which gives you a horse in next year's race. So now you secure 2 picks. You got D'Lo who will come off the books. Gabe will come off the books. You can keep Rui, put him in, play him with Zubac. You keep Christie. You already got Christie's brother. So you have both of them coming off of your bench. And then see what you can get in the draft. You got Trey Mann and Coffee. I'd say in the draft, you're probably, man, if you could get Coop, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy if the Clippers get the first pick. I would even root for that. I'm not going to front. If they got Cooper Flat, I would root for that. I can get down with that. But shit, you would really need a point guard. But if you was to get Coop, now you just go find you a point guard. Now, in that scenario, you would have a Cooper Flag with a Trey Mann, Coffee, Rui, Christie. That's something you can move forward with the next 2 seasons. You looking like OKC. But it's presently constructed. Oh man, you're going nowhere fast. You're going nowhere. Because if you wait this thing out a whole nother season, now you're bringing back. You got 2 guys, like I just said, you gonna get $53 million to, and they 36 at this point. Plus your superstar, who we still don't know about. Now, if you're the Lakers, why would you want James Harden and Norman Powell? Shit, that's simple. Like I just said, even at 35, James is giving you 21, 8, and 9. You could use all of that. Norman Powell, even at 35, is giving you 26 points a game. I think 26, 3 and 3, if I'm not mistaken. You could use all of that as a six-man. That's a championship team. And James Harden not only fits the LeBron timeline, he fits the Anthony Davis timeline. Because you'd have him on the books for another season. And then after that, if you want to move in a different direction, you could. But in reality, you probably can do another extension for another 1 or 2 and ride out with that. LeBron can ride out with that. With James, Davis, and Norman Powell as your sixth man. Now, Norman Powell, you probably lose after a season. But at that point, you got a Dalton Connect. You'll still have a Austin Reeves. That's your team LeBron can roll out with, and that's the guys you can move forward with as Anthony Davis in his prime. And when he's on the back end, them young guys should be taking over. That's how you do it. That's how you win. But that's all I got for y'all, for free. Y'all let me know what y'all think. James Harden, Norman Powell to the Lakers in exchange for D'Lo, Christie, Rui, Gabe, hell, JHS, whatever you could throw together. Because the Lakers at some point, we gonna need a trade. You can't carry on like this past the trade deadline and think that, we're just gonna go get a center and that's gonna solve everything. That's not gonna solve anything. Valanciunas is not the answer. Brook Lopez is not the answer. Those are two guys who will get played off of the floor in the Western Conference, especially in the playoffs. You need more scoring. You need a real point guard. Those two boxes will be checked with the Norman Powell and the James Harden. And if you the Clippers, it's time to hit the reset, baby. It truly is. I get it, excuse me, y'all. I get it. You're trying to sell tickets. You just built that stadium. But how long do you think the people are going to show up for mediocrity? It's too much other shit to do in LA. You're just seeing the Dodgers just won the World Series. You're nowhere close to winning. Time to wrap that shit up. I think people will get behind that more than, they'll get behind the rebuild more than this team that you got put together. You're not fooling nobody. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Could this happen? Should it happen? We'll see how it all plays out. I'm going to tap back in later. Peace.